So I was having one of those football conversations with my future uncle-in-law, and we had he asked me, he said, "Well, Ruben, what's the best scenario for the Houston Texans?" And on the long 6-hour trip home, that's all I thought about is what is the best situation for the Houston Texans that they could come out of here and not only say we still have a lot of draft picks to help build our future, but we still can build a roster that can compete and maybe still even have Deshaun Watson. And let me just elaborate on that. If you ask me, Ruben, what's the best situation for the Houston Texans? This is what I'm going to say. Let them get suspended. If it's 6 games, if it's a whole season, I'll be more happy if it's a whole season. It kind of looks like it's a whole season just by the way all these cases keep on piling up. The woman who went on Mr. Tony Busby's Instagram Live with the news and, just really talked about all the crazy stuff that Deshaun Watson's did. Everybody is now kind of turning their backs on Deshaun Watson. Is this really the guy that I trusted? Is this the guy I went out at NRG and held up a sign for 2 hours before work? And I hope the suspension is for a year. And here's why I say that. Because in the upcoming this season, Houston Texans, you have to tank. You have to tank. And I know it hates to say that. I know, and I want to win football games. I do. But if you're asking me what's the best scenario, it's this: tank, give Tyrod a shot, give whoever QB you draft a shot, and just lose games. And now you could acquire a potential top 5, top 10 overall pick, and then you speak to Deshaun Watson and you say, listen, you got suspended. That's over. You're going to come back. There's a lot of buzz. We want to be behind you. We want to give you all the tools necessary for us to finally do this right with you. We have a top 10 overall pick, potentially top 5. We're going to have money next year in free agency that we can spend and go get one of a wide receiver that you like. Maybe we get your boy Mike Will. And then you stay as the Houston Texans quarterback for the franchise until you retire. And the Houston Texans, this is the best scenario for you guys because the rebuild is tough, right? The rebuild was looking bright before all these allegations came out. I was okay. I was ready to send him to Miami. I was sending him to the Jets. I was getting everything. I was thinking about, how are we gonna use Tua? Maybe we use Sam Darnold. What if we get Zach Wilson and then trade back? All that fun draft talk went out the window with these allegations. It definitely went out the window with the Tony Busby news conference. But if you could have Deshaun Watson suspend and you're not competitive next year and you have a top you're gonna have a top pick. You're also gonna have a top second, you're gonna have a top third picks that you can need to help build a roster. And now you have Deshaun Watson back and ready to go. Can you do that? I don't know. Should you try? Absolutely. Because I don't want to get rid of Deshaun Watson. Like, the man might be a freak. The man might be horny 24/7 of the day. But the man could play football. The man could play football. Now, if all this stuff says, hey, this is exactly true, this is the type of person Deshaun is, throw him the book, he's gone. But if they settle and it's a suspension and it's 1 year, if it's 8 games, even if it's 8 games, really, try to secure a high draft pick. Try to, next year in the offseason, bring in players that would want to play with Deshaun Watson. And I think that could happen. It's just a matter of when and how long he will get suspended. And then you could have the conversation. Well, do we tank? Do we not? Do we try to keep him here? Do we not? I think so. I think you try to convince Deshaun Watson to stay. I think it's going to be tough for him to go to any other organization and be welcomed there by the fan base. Um, and I only say that because a lot of the fan people base here think that the Houston Texans are setting him up. Can he do that? Can Nick Casario find a way to bring back in Deshaun Watson? And you also added a top 5, top 10 overall pick that you could do anything with. You could trade back. You could trade. If you get the 2 or 3, you better be hearing teams call. I think that is the best situation for the Houston Texans, and I could be completely wrong. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I'm not always right about these. Let me know. As always, go Texans. It's good to be back in Houston. You guys have a very blessed day.